The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 227 of a daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Bicycle Lilliput playing cards from Collectible Playing Cards. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. But before we start, there's still wrapped in the cellophane, so we gotta grab that pull tab and take the cellophane right off. Now that's off. You can see it's in a standard glossy finish tuck box. It says Bicycle, Lilliput playing card there. The bicycle's in a blue colorway. And then you got the Lilliput there and the blue ribbon down there with playing cards below it. And then you got that kind of blue, kind of like spade there. And it's kind of more like an, and you got the big blue spade there in the middle with all these little characters climbing all over it and like trying to like put them like rope around it. There. Then you got a little kind of like brownish, kind of tan kind of border going around. And it's like a more like off-white kind of colored tuck box. On the side, it says the United States Playing Card Company. The other side says Air Cushion Finish, made in the USA. On the bottom, you got the collectibleplayingcards.com like logo and website. And then you got a recycling logo off to this side. Then you got some corporate information, and these are from 2023. These are made in the United States by the United States Playing Card Company. And you got the collectible playing cards website at the bottom. On the back, you got a sneak peek of that back design. And for the seal, it's a square seal with rounded edges, and it's a black seal with like a orangish gold kind of border going around. You got the collectible playing cards logo and the 1,000 deck. It's a 1,000 deck like exclusive seal there. So it must be a 1,000 deck exclusive deck. And on the top, it's just like that kind of blue kind of colorway, like border, or a little strip. There might be something under there, but you can't see because it's covered up by that seal. Now we'll just crack the seal open. Hopefully it's an easy seal. Looks more like a little tougher seal, but it still might open. Oh yeah, no problem. It opens just like that. And now that we cracked the seal, on the inner tuck flap, we got some more corporate information. And on the inner tuck flaps, you just got that kind of like off-white colorway. If we take the cards out of the box, on the inside of the tuck box, it is just plain white. Nothing too crazy going on inside there. Now that we took a look at the tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. And first we'll start with that back design. And as you can see, it's a mirrored back design with the standard like border going around. Not white, because it's more like a cream colored back design. And like that bluish like turquoise colorway. And you got that classic kind of like circle design. And inside that circle design is a foot. You got like a foot there, like a leg. And then you got the little characters like with tying some rope around the legs. Then you got kind of a floral kind of pattern going around the rest of the back there. And then you got a slightly little borders going around on each side there. It's a mirrored back design, so you can flip the design over. And it's the same in both directions. And now for the cards you get with the deck, here we start with the first Joker. And all the cards have that kind of cream colored faces to it instead of like the standard white colorway, so all of them are that cream color. So it's a fully inked deck, front and back. And that first Joker says Joker there in the custom font for the Jokers there. And then you got that custom Joker there. You got that colorful Joker in like the striped clothing there. And then and then he's juggling there, all the different balls there. He's juggling there. And then you get a second Joker, which says Joker. In the red colorway, this was the black colorway Joker. This is the red colorway. And you got another Joker, and he's kind of like jumping up and down, and he has that kind of like Joker, kind of like a little cane or staff in its hand. And it's in slightly different kind of stripes and colorway. And then you get to the custom Ace of Spades there, and it's that same kind of like, I'm not even sure what kind of like design it is, like the pattern. Like there's some kind of design I'm trying to think of, but I can't think of it. But it's the same kind of, it's the same spade that you seen on pretty much you seen on the front of the duck box, just in a more like kind of like a dark purplish kind of colorway instead of like bright blue that you seen on the front of the duck box. And you got the custom fonts for the corners there, and you got that slightly custom spade pip for the spades there. And then you get to the court cards, the Jack, Queen, and King, and they are fully custom. You got those kind of custom like animated animation style kind of court cards, more animated style there. And you've got those really nice kind of like details to it. And then you've got the custom Ace of Diamonds, which you got more square style diamond. And you kind of got a little like border going around it there. And then the rest of the diamonds are just that kind of square colored diamond or shaped diamond. And you got the fully custom court cards once again for the diamonds there, just in like a more different colorway. They're in like a blue colorway. Because I didn't mention the colorway for the other court cards, but they were more in like a kind of reddish and green kind of colorway. These are more of like a bluish and like that kind of like grayish purple colorway. Then you got the clubs, the Jack, Queen, and King of clubs, fully custom court cards once again. Oh yeah, and they have a border going around the court card. They're a little kind of brownish tan kind of border going around. You got those fully custom court cards once again. And they're in that reddish green colorway once again for the clubs. And you got the slightly custom club design. And you got that same kind of border as you've seen on the diamond for the ace of clubs. So slightly custom ace of clubs there. And then lastly you get to the hearts, the Jack, Queen, and King of hearts, in that kind of blue and like darkish grayish purple colorway. Fully custom court cards once again. Then you get that custom heart pip there for the hearts. Then you get that slightly custom ace of hearts there with that kind of like little goldish kind of border around it. And then for the last two cards in the deck, you get a double backer of that back design. And then you got a collectible playing cards ad card there with the black kind of background. And then the logo right there in the middle and the website just below. Now that we took a look at the cards, time to test the handling. And there's one thing I'm going to mention, just because it's a fully inked deck, which might make the cards slightly thicker. Might or might not. Well, with most like fully inked cards, mostly like the black color, but it will happen with any fully inked decks. The edges and the corners could like chip and peel a little, or more chip, so like the color could come off in the corners a little bit. But in this case, they might not in this one. But first, we'll start with the springs. Oh yeah, that's a nice spring there. Got a nice, good flex to it. They're still like stiffer cards, because, well, one, they just came straight out of the box. And two, but they're fully inked, so the ink makes the cards slightly thicker sometimes. Like they still got a nice flex to it, to whether you can still somewhat flex them, not like super easy or nothing, but they still flex. You got to put a little bit of like effort in like to flex them to get them to spring, but they spring super smoothly and softly, which is nice. So no issues with the springs, other than the cards are slightly a little bit more on the stiff side, but they're still new and have to be broken in. So before cards start flying everywhere, we'll move straight on to the fans. As you can see, they spread pretty evenly. You can see some of the pips and numbers. It's just the way the cards are kind of like the numbers are on the cards. It's hard to see all of them at once. But they spread pretty evenly and like smoothly there. There's no real clumpiness or stickiness to the cards. Nice and smooth straight out of the box. Which is what you like to see when you open brand new cards. And now on to the Pharaoh. Pretty smooth Pharaoh there. Not like super smooth, like overly smooth. Because they did kind of like catch a little bit. But they still interlocked and weaved pretty flawlessly there. Now for that giant pin of the back design. Now for that reverse Pharaoh. And that one was slightly smoother, like they didn't catch as much. I had to slightly push them together to get them to interlock and weave. They interlocked and weaved okay, not like flawlessly or anything. There was a few gaps there. But now for a giant pin of the faces. Now for the Wiffle Shuffle or Bridge Shuffle. Well, we just did 3 or more flawless riffles in a row there. So, no need to do any more. They were executed perfectly. So no issues with the Wiffle Shuffles / Bridge Shuffles. They work fantastic. Now on to the packet cuts. Not much to say. Not too much to say about the handling there. They handle pretty smoothly. They handle pretty much like every other deck I've handled. Well, most other decks. Some better than others, some worse than others. But this is it's an average deck, so nothing too crazy about it. And now on to the one-handed cut or serrated cut. Now on to the dribble. Okay, they're definitely a little bit more smoother when you flip them, get the cards over. You got more smoothness to them. They're slightly more clumpy, like the other way around, like back design up. It's just because the way the cards are cut, so they catch on your fingers a little bit differently. But they're still pretty smooth on both sides. Just one's a little bit more rough than others, but they just got to be broken in. It's starting to feel more better now than when I first started. It wasn't like too noticeable, but you can still notice a little bit. And cards are starting to fly everywhere, so we'll just stop those there, and one card fell off the table. Now we'll go straight on to that spread pan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Well, like I say, it's a pretty unique styling of cards there. And it has that definitely a unique colorway. It's kind of like a bluish, kind of teal kind of colorway and back design color. With that kind of like off-white, kind of like tannish or beige, or cream colored, I guess, kind of colorway for the cards, like the fronts and the backs have that kind of creamish kind of colorway, which you don't see like too often. You mostly see like the white colorway for cards, but you're definitely seeing it more, the more colored decks, but you don't see it as often. And then you got those like that cream color, which is definitely an interesting color, but it works on this deck. And it has kind of like that, I don't know, it's kind of like, I don't know why I kind of want to say like Renaissance kind of era kind of like feel to it. I don't know, just like that old school kind of like yellow kind of vibe to it for some reason, but it's definitely not, I don't know, it's definitely not a Renaissance deck. But then you got those custom, like, all the cards are custom. You got the custom, the pips, like the suits, custom suits. And then you got the custom, fully custom core cards there. Much more like a realistic, kind of cartoony style core cards there. They're not too shabby looking, like they look fantastic. So overall, pretty nice design. Yeah, I really like that back. I really like that minimalistic but still elegant and like a lot going on still in that back design. It kind of all blends together, but as you look at it, you can see like the lag there with the little everything there. And then for the handling, they handle fantastic. I found no real issues, other than the cards are a little bit like, thicker just because like the fully inked design there. But other than that, there's no issues with the handling at all, pretty much. Well, other than the dribbles might be a little bit like there, but that's not too bad. They're still like flawless pretty much every time. And then for the rest of the handling, nice and flawless and smooth. No issues with the handling. And that back design, like I said, or the design of the cards are pretty nice. I pretty much like them. That like off-white, kind of like cream kind of color is a little different, but you can get used to it over time. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. And this has been day 227 of your daily deck review. And this has been the Bicycle Lilliput playing cards from Collectible Playing Cards. And I'm the Canadian Card Collector signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.